Hello guys, welcome to Ops Knowledge. This is the lecture 2 of the series FMEA, that is Failure Mode and Effect Analysis. Now, let us go to the next slide and understand what is failure mode. So, according to the definition, it is the specific way in which a system, process, or component could fail to perform its intended function. What is the question that we could ask? How could this process or product failed? Or we could say, what could go wrong? That is the problem. So the failure mode is the problem. Now let us go to the next slide and understand what is a potential cause. So according to the definition, the underlying reason or condition that could lead to the occurrence of failure mode, or the question could be, what could cause this failure, or why it could go wrong? That is the reason. As in the right side, we could see the fishbone diagram or the Ishikawa diagram that gives what could be the root cause for any kind of failure mode. Now, let us understand potential effect. So, according to the definition, the consequence or impact of the failure mode on the system, process, or the end user. Or the question could be, what happens if this failure occurs? Or what happens if it goes wrong? That is the consequence. Now, let us go to the next slide. And as we know, that in the previous lecture, lecture 1, we have already understood that how an RPN is calculated. So in this slide, we'll be understanding some examples. So I have divided the examples into two scenarios. So the scenario 1 and the scenario 2. In the scenario 1, we are having a manufacturing firm, automotive component manufacturer. In the scenario 2, we are having a service firm, IT support service provider. So let's go to the scenario 1 and understand what is the context. So the context is a company manufactures brake pads for automobiles. The firm wants to perform an FMEA on the brake pad production process to ensure the product reliability and safety. So the second step is identify failure mode, potential cause, and potential effect. The third step is giving values to severity, occurrence, and detection, and also calculate the value of RPN. So now in this, we calculate the step 2, that is identifying the failure mode, potential cause, and the potential effect. So failure mode is friction material detaches from the backing plate during use. Potential cause is inadequate adhesive application during bonding. Potential effect is reduced braking efficiency leading to safety hazards, that is longer stopping distance or brake failure. Step 3 is giving values to severity, occurrence, and detection. For severity, we have given a value of 9 as critical safety issue, potential for failure accident. As we know, accidents could be fatal. So that's why we are having a higher value in severity. In occurrence, we are having a value of 4 based on the historical data, as this issue occurs in 1% of the unit, and 1% is quite less as compared to the total production. Detection, value of 6. Visual inspection catches some issues as micro cracks may not be visible. So this is a higher value as these cracks are difficult to detect. So RPN equals to S into O into D, that is 9 into 4 into 6, that is 216 comes out to be the value. So now after calculating the RPN, we should identify an action plan. So for the scenario 1, action plan could be implementing an automated adhesive application to reduce occurrence and also include ultrasonic testing to detect micro cracks. Both these action plans make O and D values to 2 and 3, and the new RPN becomes 9 into 2 into 3, that is 54. So let's go to the scenario 2 and understand the context. So the context is an IT service company provides technical support for a cloud-based software platform. The firm wants to perform an FMEA in its customer support processes to minimize downtime and improve customer satisfaction. Step 2 says that we have to identify failure mode, potential cause, and potential effect. The step 3 says giving values to severity, occurrence, and detection, and also calculating the value of RPN. Let's go to the next slide and understand the step 2, that is identifying the failure mode, potential cause, and potential effect. So, failure mode says technical support team fails to resolve a software issue within 4 hours. Potential cause is lack of expertise in the support team for complex software bugs. Potential effect is customer experiences prolonged downtime, leading to frustration and potential loss of business. So, for the step 3, we have to give values for severity, occurrence, and detection. So, for severity, we are giving a value of 7 as there is a significant impact on the customer satisfaction and reputation, but not life threatening. For occurrence, we have given a value of 5. Based on the data, 5% of the tickets escalate due to insufficient expertise. For detection, we are giving a value of 4 as escalation process identify complex issues but only after initial attempts fail. So for this, RPN equals to S into O into D, that is 7 into 5 into 4 equals to 140. So for this also, to reduce this RPN value, we go through an action plan. So the action plan for the scenario 2 says providing advanced training to the support staff to reduce occurrence and implementing AI-based diagnostic tools to identify complex issues early. Both these measure makes O value to 3 and D value to 2, making the new RPN, which is 7 into 3 into 2 equals to 42, which is lesser than the previous RPN value. Let's go to the next slide and we are done for the day. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back with some new concepts in FMEA, and we'll be making the whole FMEA document in the next lecture. Thank you very much.